Images released on Tuesday show Russia has resumed missile and drone strikes across parts of Ukraine, following a pause during recent extreme cold weather. According to Ukrainian officials, the attacks targeted multiple regions overnight and into the early morning hours. Air defense systems were activated in several cities, including Kiev, Kharkiv, and Dnipro. Ukraine's Air Force reported that Russia launched a combination of cruise missiles and Iranian-designed Shahd drones. Officials say some were intercepted, while others caused damage to infrastructure and residential areas. Emergency services confirmed explosions were reported in eastern and central regions of the country. Local authorities say power facilities and industrial sites were among the targets. At least several civilians were injured, though casualty figures are still being clarified. The renewed strikes come after a brief reduction in large-scale attacks during a period of severe winter weather. Temperatures across much of Ukraine had dropped well below freezing, affecting both military operations and civilian infrastructure. Ukrainian officials say Russia appears to be returning to its pattern of sustained aerial assaults, particularly against energy and logistics facilities. The Ministry of Energy stated that repair crews were deployed immediately to restore damaged power lines and substations. Russia has not commented directly on the latest strikes. In previous statements, the Russian Defense Ministry has said its operations target military and energy-related infrastructure in Ukraine, describing them as part of what it calls its special military operation. The renewed attacks follow weeks of ongoing fighting along the front lines in eastern and southern Ukraine. Russian and Ukrainian forces continue to exchange artillery fire, while ground operations remain largely unchanged. Western officials monitoring the situation say the pause in airstrikes was likely temporary. Analysts have previously noted that Russia often adjusts the timing of its attacks based on weather conditions, weapon stockpiles, and operational planning. Ukraine's president reiterated calls for continued international military and air defense support. In a statement, he said protecting Ukrainian skies remains a top priority as winter continues. NATO officials have also responded, saying they are closely watching developments. Several member states have reaffirmed their commitment to supplying air defense systems and ammunition to Ukraine. Residents in affected areas were urged to follow air raid warnings and remain in shelters when alerts are issued. Schools in some regions switched to remote learning as a precaution. As of now, authorities say assessments of damage are ongoing. Power outages have been reported in limited areas, but officials say the national energy grid remains functional. The situation remains fluid, with further attacks possible. Ukrainian air defense units remain on high alert, and officials continue to monitor Russian military activity. We will continue to follow this developing story and bring you updates as more information becomes available.